distress, Vyasana, disturbances, Shata, by hundreds, Anvitaha, joined, Samavahaya, abandoning, Guroho, of the spiritual master, Charanam, the feet, Vanijaha, merchants, Iva, as if, Aja, O unborn, Santi, they are, Akrita, having not taken, Karanadharaha, a helmsman, Jaladho, on the ocean. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace C.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Purport: to become qualified to attain love of Godhead, the mature fruit of liberation, one must first subdue the rebellious material mind. Though difficult, this can be achieved when a person replaces his addictions to sense gratification with a taste for higher pleasures of spiritual life. But only by the favor of the representative of Godhead, the spiritual master, can one gain this higher taste. The spiritual master opens the eyes of the disciple to the wonders of the transcendental realm, as indicated in the Gayatri prayer by the seed mantra of the divine knowledge Aim. The Mundaka Upanishad states, Tad Vijnanartham sa 𝐂𝐎𝐌𝐌𝐔𝐍𝐈𝐓𝐾 Samitpani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtanam. To understand these things properly, one must humbly approach with firewood in hand a spiritual master who is learned in the Vedas and firmly devoted to the absolute truth. And the Katha Upanishad declares, Naisha Tarken Matir Apneya Prokta Anvayev Sugyanaya Prestha. This realization, my dear boy, cannot be acquired by logic. It must be spoken by an exceptionally qualified spiritual master to a knowledgeable disciple. Non-Vaishnavas often disregard the importance of surrendering to a spiritual master who stands in an authorized line of disciplic succession. Relying instead on their own abilities, proud yogis and jnanis exhibit their apparent success to impress the world. But their glory is but temporary. Junjanam abhaktanam pranayamādibhirmanah akshinvasanam rajan drishyate punaruthitam. The minds of non-devotees who engage in such practices as pranayam are not fully cleansed of material desires. Thus, O king, material desires are again seen to arise in their minds. On the other hand, a humble, steadfast devotee of Lord Vishnu and of Vaishnavas is assured of easy victory over the stubborn mind. He does not need to concern himself with performing the eightfold system of yoga or taking other measures to keep his mind steady. Sarvam chaitat guru bhaktya purusho hi anjasa jayet. A person can easily obtain all these goals simply by being devoted to his spiritual master. Otherwise, the non-devotee may conquer his senses and vital air and still fail to tame his mind, which will continue to run wild like an unbroken horse. He will suffer unending anxiety over the troublesome execution of various spiritual practices, and in the end he will remain just as lost in the vast material ocean as he ever was. The analogy given here is very appropriate. A group of merchants who hastily enter upon a sea voyage with expectation of great profit, but who fail to hire a competent helmsman, means captain, for their boat, will simply experience great difficulty. The Bhagavatam declares the importance of bona fide spiritual master in many places, such as this verse from the 11th canto. You can recite this verse with me. Oh no, we don't have the... But some of you may know this verse, very famous. Nardeha madhyam sulabham sudurlabham plavam sukalpam guru karanadharam mayanukule nabhasvate ritam puman bhavabdim nataretsa atmaha. The human body, which can award all benefits in life, is automatically obtained by the laws of nature, although it is very rare achievement. This human body can be compared to a perfectly constructed boat having the spiritual master as a captain and the instructions of the personality of Godhead as favorable winds, impelling it on its course. Concerning all these advantages, a human being who does not utilize this human life to cross the ocean of material existence must be considered the killer of his own soul. Therefore, the first business of one who takes human life seriously is to find out a spiritual master who can guide him in Krishna consciousness. Srila Sridhar Swami prays, Yada paranand guru bhavit pade padam mano me bhagavan labheta tada nirasta kila sadhanashrama shayeya saukhyam bhavatah kripatah. O transcendently blissful Guru, when my mind finally achieves a place at your lotus feet, all the tiresome labor of my spiritual practices will be finished, and by your mercy I will experience the greatest happiness. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shannevadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhuve Vacha Paridanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Just keep the phone in silent mode. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, first of all, I am very grateful here again, once again, to be in this most divine abode of Kolkata, Prabhupada's appearance place, and this holy abode of Nitai Gauranga, the shelter of their lotus feet and the association of their loving devotees. So, Sharatna Prabhu always makes me feel very welcomed here. Very kind of him and all of you. So, we'll try to say something on this verse, the prayers of the personified Vedas. The prayers of personified Vedas are filled with so much of wisdom, deep wisdom, condensed wisdom. So, what to speak of reading, many times reading the translation and the purports, many people can't even read the summary of it in the Krishna book. Right? They come to this chapter and then either skip it or stop the reading of Krishna book there only and go to chapter 1. So, but yes, Siddhanta Baliya Chitte Nakara Alas. We should try to understand Siddhant to our best degree, to our best capacity. Because when we understand the philosophy well, we understand the greatness of Krishna, then also we will be able to one day appreciate Krishna's sweetness and will not take that cheaply, basically. So, this verse is describing the importance of spiritual master. The very first Prabhupada in the very beginning of the purport says, to attain love of God, to attain the mature fruit of liberation, which is love for Krishna, one must subdue the rebellious material mind. So the mind needs to be tamed. And this can be done, Prabhupada says, this can be achieved when a person replaces his addictions to sense gratification with taste for higher thing. Prabhupada in the purport 2, where Dhruv Maharaj says, Bhaktim Muhu Pravahatam Tvai Me Prasango Bhuyad Ananta Mahatam Amalashayanam Jai Shri Nitai Gauranga Ki Jai. So Dhruv Maharaj says, Bhaktim Muhu Pravahatam Tvai Me Prasango Bhuyad Ananta Mahatam Amalashayanam Yenanja Saul Banamuru Vyasanam Bhavabdim Nishye Bhavad Gunakatham Ritapanamatta. So he said, my Lord, give me this benediction, blessing, that may I perform devotional service, bhakti muhu, means constantly, repeatedly, parvahatam, tvai, unto you, may I prasanga in the intimate association of your devotees. And Prabhupada says, so he begs devotional service at the lotus feet of the Lord, but that devotional service becomes sweet and joyful in association. So one should know that one, and Prabhupada writes that actually bhakti can only be properly performed and can be properly relished also in the association of devotees. So he begs that blessing, that I just want to perform devotional service in the association of the devotees, Tvaime prasango. And then say, what about the samsara? How will you cross the samsara if you do not practice jnana? He says, Ye nunja soul bana maru bhesanam bhavabhyam, this very vast, fierce, terrible ocean of samsara. He said, I don't care for the samsara, crossing samsara. We will simply hear, chant, dance and feast. We'll have a party going on and samsara will be crossed. We will not even realize. So this, and Vishwanath Thakur says, Dhruv Maharaj says this, Bhav Kathamrit Pan Matta. He speaks like an intoxicated person. He says also, right? We'll be just intoxicated. It's said that any party has to have some intoxication. वो पार्टी क्या ऐसा आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड स्पेशली कुछ पार्टी बोल रहे हैं, अगर कुछ इंटॉक्सिकेशन नहीं, नशा नहीं, तो क्या पार्टी हुई? So therefore, actually, for devotees also, this material world is full of so many anxieties, troubles, so on and so forth. In the outside world, people also take intoxication to forget all of this. So therefore, the devotee should also drink, and Prabhupada says, devotees should become addicted. Just like people become addicted to intoxication. Devotees should become addicted to reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. They should drink the nectar and they will experience intoxication. Right? Because only when there is some intoxication, then this material world becomes tolerable. Right? So for devotees also, because otherwise, the situation of this material world bother the mind so much. This is going on, that is going on, there is something wrong, always going on. Right? This is a material world, with the health, with the situation, with the relationship, so many places. It's always going on, something wrong is always going on. But if you have some intoxication in life, right, then material world is quite tolerable. So therefore, this is the intoxication we have to take. And once Sachinandan Swami Maharaj was saying, he said, devotee should not be too normal also. Kind of, they should be having some little intoxication in life, little bit madness. Some amount of madness should be there. That madness is of Bhav Kathamrita Pan Matta. That I will take this intoxication of your, chanting. Prabhupada says, especially he says, I am quoting here, Prabhupada is here, in this purport also, Prabhupada is saying, when a person replaces his addictions to sense gratification with addiction to higher taste. And similar, Prabhupada says over there, we have to become addicted to taking the nectar of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, CC, and become intoxicated and have some little madness. Right? And then we can easily achieve the goal of life. And I said that manage in this material world. So the art of management actually is to become intoxicated, because otherwise things are unmanageable in one sense. So this is the intoxication devotee takes, and this one can become addicted. This addiction which is being talked of by Prabhupada here, or being replacing one addiction or becoming addicted, is only possible by the mercy of the spiritual master. We cannot gain taste in bhakti without the blessings of Guru, or by the blessings of Gurus, equal plural. Vande Gurun, Isha Bhaktan, Gurun is in plural. So those who are serving the spiritual master, those who are intimately connected with the spiritual master, they are also same. Gurujan, we say. Guru is in plural. So therefore, without the mercy of our superior, our gurus, we cannot get this addiction. It's not possible. It has to be by their blessings only this can come in life. Therefore, one cannot replace. Therefore, the spiritual master's mercy is very important. Spiritual master mercy is very important. And similarly, as I said, the same thing is said about the Bhagavatam. How can get one taste in Bhagavatam? Sayan Mahat Sevaya Vipra. How does the verse begins? Shushrusho Shaddadanasya Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. The taste. Sayan Mahat Sevaya Vipra. Punya Shlok. So in this way one can only get taste or addiction to hearing, chanting, glorifying the Lord by the mercy of Mahat, by the mercy of pure devotees, by the mercy of spiritual master. They are in one line basically. So we should know that Krishna can only be approached in the disciplic section. Prabhupada talks of disciplic section over here. We cannot approach Krishna directly. We can obtain through spiritual master. But even we cannot please spiritual master directly. If any of the Vaishnavas who are serving spiritual master with dedication, if they are not pleased with us, we have a missing link over there, broken link. We cannot take distant shelter without having the nearest shelter. So those who are near to us, those who are serving Guru and Krishna with dedication, if we cannot have their shelter, some people say we can take direct shelter of Rupanuga, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Lord Chaitanya. Actually, we cannot take that direct shelter unless we have the shelter of, unless we have the immediate shelter. We cannot take distant shelter. Yes, we can only if we have unbroken chain, then we can get the shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet, Rupa Goswami's lotus feet, and so on and so forth. So one has to understand. It said if one is doing deity worship, but one has offended some devotee or has a serious conflict with a devotee, if one is doing arati, but then, or one is worshipping the Lord and has a conflict with the devotees, one stop worshipping the Lord, resolve the conflict, and then worship the Lord, because the Lord is not pleased to accept that worship. Because how the worship goes again through the chain. You have a broken link. It will not go. The Lord will not accept it. Therefore, it is very important to, if we want to serve Krishna, we have to please the spiritual master, and we have to also please his representatives, and under their guidance serve. This is important. Now I want to read, there is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita which says, this is, okay, just a minute. Yes, so this verse says, no diksham. I will read the exact translation of that. This is important verse to discuss, because this verse says one can achieve perfection by chanting the holy name, and that perfection doesn't depend upon being initiated. So this is just the first, I'll give you the reference. This is Madhya Leela 15.110. Madhya Leela 15.110. This verse I am reading the translation. The holy name of the Lord Krishna is an attractive feature for many saintly liberal people. It is the annihilator of all sinful reactions and is so powerful, save for the dumb who cannot chant it, it is readily available to everyone, including the lowest type of man, the Chandalas. The holy name of Krishna is the controller of the opulence of liberation, and it is identical with Krishna. When a person simply chants the holy name with his tongue, immediate effects are produced. Chanting the holy name of the Lord does not depend on initiation. No diksham, the word is used. No diksham, na satkriyam, na purascharyam. So no other Vedic ceremonies. So the chanting of the holy name of the Lord does not depend upon initiation, pious activities, or the Purushacharya regulatory principles generally observed before initiation. The holy name of the Lord does not wait for any of these activities. It is self-sufficient. This is the glory of the holy name, that it is self-sufficient. It is being emphasized over here. And there are others who quote, they said, yes, Ajamil achieved the perfection without Guru. Ajamil didn't accept any Guru. So we are talking the importance of Guru. So based on this verse, and there are other verses which describe that holy name alone is all sufficient. Holy name is so powerful that it doesn't depend on any of the other aspects. So if this verse is quoted and the example of Ajamil is quoted, what would you say? But we are talking of the importance of spiritual master. Would someone like to share? Someone challenges you. Here is a verse which says holy name is all sufficient, doesn't depend on initiation. Ajamil never accepted any spiritual master, went back to Godhead. What would you say to answer this? Yes, Shintu Prabhu. Okay, so fine, good point. Is chanting, but how should we chant? That is taught by spiritual master. How we should chant? Who taught Ajamil? No, Ajamil is the one who never accepted a guru and went back to Godhead. He chanted Namabhas. So he attained liberation by the power of Namabhas. So even if one doesn't chant perfectly, one comes to the stage of Namabhas, one will go back to Godhead. Love of Godhead is when we chant purely. Okay, good. Yes. Any other point? Yes, Prabhu? We can connect to Krishna through Guru. Okay, but it is self-sufficient for all perfection. For you to go back to Godhead, chanting and take you back to Godhead, and there surely you will be connected with Krishna without any of these formalities. Self-sufficient to give you perfection. Chanting the holy name of the Lord. Okay, so if one goes back to Godhead, is it connected or not connected? You tell me. But there are different levels of connection also. Right? There are different levels of perfection also. Right? So that is also one of the important things. Even in back to Godhead, not everyone is having personal service, and not everyone is having personal intimate service. So there are different levels of perfection also. So that is one thing. Okay, so we will but good, we got some understanding from you all. Now, important thing is this verse which glorifies the holy name, glorifies is exceptional mercy, that there are many, it said even the Chandalas can be delivered. The Chandalas may not have the opportunity, but if by chance, by the mercy of somehow they hear the holy name or they chant the holy name, Namabhas, due to some reason, like Ajamil. Very sinful people, very low class people, the holy name can deliver them without spiritual mastery and initiation. This injunction glorifies the exceptional power of the holy name to deliver the most sinful, to deliver animalistic people, uncivilized people. But a person who is having a discriminatory intelligence, if he hears and understands the importance of spiritual master, but doesn't accept the spiritual master, saying that it's too botheration, why do we need anyone between me and Krishna, or if you have a spiritual master, it will be botheration to follow the instruction, to be subservient. Out of all those things, not to have anyone in between, being out of pride, out of being inconvenienced, and all that thing. One doesn't accept a person who is intelligent and not animalistic, and doesn't accept, he commits aparad to the holy name. The holy name will never deliver that person. Guru Vagya aparad, das aparad. So therefore, this instruction is only for highly uncivilized people who do not get the opportunity to understand these truths. But the holy name is so merciful, it picks them up also and deliver. But they don't attain the same amount of perfection. Again, there is a level of perfection also. Right? So therefore, what the spiritual master can give, he can so there's a person who is intelligent, who is discriminatory, one who understands the importance and doesn't accept the spiritual master, commits aparad to holy name, and that person will never be delivered. The Chandalas may be delivered, but those who are intelligent, who understand, those who understand the importance, they have a higher responsibility. They will not be delivered because of their aparad. So therefore, but those who are intelligent, they accept the spiritual master, they will be delivered very easily, and they will attain a higher level of perfection, greater service, personal service, greater intimate connection with Krishna. Because in the spiritual world also there is a level of perfection, different rasas, and so on, as we understand. So that is important. So one should, therefore, intelligent person, discriminatory person who understand the importance of spiritual master must accept spiritual master and must accept Gurun, right, his representatives as his guides in life, take shelter of them voluntarily. Spiritual life will become very easy, very joyful, and one will attain greater perfection by their mercy. So it is the path shown, which is better for us, and not avoid this, basically. Like, to give one example, Lord Chaitanya, Raghunath Das Goswami had desired to hear from Lord Chaitanya. But Lord Chaitanya, in the very beginning, he appointed Swarup Damodar Goswami. He said, he is your Upadeshta. Lord Chaitanya took the hand of Swarup Damodar Goswami and placed the hand of Raghunath Das Goswami, and then placed his hand below and on the top. Okay? So you are his teacher, you are his guide. This is the beginning of counselor system. Lord Chaitanya established Raghunath Das Goswami, Swarup Damodar Goswami is your counselor. Sadhya Sadhana Tattva Shikha Iharsane. And Lord Chaitanya said, now you learn from him Sadhya Sadhana Tattva. What is the perfection? How to attain it? Sadhya Sadhana Tattva Shikha Iharsane Amitat Nahi Jani Hoyat Jani. And Lord Chaitanya says, don't think he is less than me. He is either equal or more than me. So Lord Chaitanya establishes that my representatives, the spiritual master, is equally or more worshipable. Equally or more worshipable. So this Siddhanta comes again and again. Similarly, the pure devotees of the Lord, the Vaishnavas, Krishna seva hai itayo Vaishnav seva bad. Nityananda Thakur says, greater than service to Krishna is service to his devotees. Bhagavad Adi Shastre Sabe Kaila Dad. This has been firmly established in Bhagavad and other scriptures. So therefore one should have equal faith, if not more, in the mercy of spiritual master, in the mercy of the Vaishnavas who are in the same line, basically. And that is the way of perfection. That is the way of perfection. So I will just like to glorify the service of Srila Ishwar Puripad to his spiritual master. So Ishwar Puripad served his spiritual master Madhavendra Puri, and he attained the greatest perfection. Ishwar Puri Gosai Kare Shripad Sevan Sohaste Kare Namala Mutradi Marjan. So Ishwar Puri Goswami, when Madhavendra Puri became very old, he served him very meanly to the extent that he would clean up his body, Malmutradi Marjan. The stool and urine, he would help him to clean the stool and urine. He could not even go for his nature scholar, would help him to go to, for his bodily activities and clean him up personally. So haste karne with his own hands. Not just that, Nirantar Krishna Naam Karai Smaran, Krishna Naam Krishna Katha Sunai Anukshan. He constantly helped him remember the Lord by reciting the scriptures, reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Of course, Chaitanya Charitamrita was written later, but past some Lords are eternal from that point of view. But reciting Krishna Katha, he would remind him of Krishna. So Madhavendra Puri was so satisfied. Tushta hayya puri tare kaila alingan varadila Krishne tomar hauk premadhan. So Madhavendra Puri was very satisfied. And he just gave a benediction. Krishne tomar hauk premadhan. May you have the wealth of love for Krishna. Sai haite Ishwar Puri preme rasagar. From that day, Ishwar Puri became the storehouse of the ocean of love. Can you imagine? So he became the main person who possessed the whole ocean, not just little wealth. So therefore, by that blessings, he became the storehouse of the ocean of love. So that is what the blessings can bring, beyond expectation, beyond expectation. So the blessings of one's Guru and the Vaishnavas are very powerful. Once one astrologer was telling me, I don't consult the astrologer, but he just came to the temple, I was meeting him. But he was once telling me, sharing that even if the other grahas are very in a negative position, if Guru is strong, that means if one has the blessing of Gurus, if Guru is strong, it doesn't let the person's life be influenced by other negative grahas. So therefore, the blessings of Guru and the Vaishnavas is a very strong kavach that protects a person, and that will make sure that one achieves the perfection of life, and one doesn't miss that perfection. Therefore, one should always strive for Krishna's lotus feet by pleasing, by taking shelter of Guru and the Vaishnavas who represent the Guru. So this is one main lesson from this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam in so many places, the verse that we recited encourages in this particular way. I'll just once again read the Sridhar Swami's verse. Sridhar Swami has summarized all the verses by quoting one verse. He has just commented one verse on every verse of Vedas personified. So his verse is like a summary to every verse in an easy to understand way. The most essential aspect of each verse is summarized by Sridhar Swami, another Sanskrit verse. So that is quoted in the commentary by the disciple of Prabhupada. O transcendently blissful Guru, when my mind finally achieves a place at your lotus feet, all the tiresome labor of my spiritual practices will be finished, and by your mercy I will experience the greatest happiness. So by the mercy of Guru, we can attain the spiritual riches which are unimaginable, otherwise unachievable by us, by the power of the blessings. And of course, by following the instructions and following our sadhana. Hare Krishna. Jai Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Okay, yes. Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Why Sridhar Swami is saying spiritual practices as tiresome labor?
Yes. So in this world, this is, of course, for the sadhaka in the beginning stage, it is tiresome, because we sleep little late, get up early in the morning, right? Try to chant the holy name, attend the Mangala Arati, Bhagavatam class. Devotees schedule is sometimes tiring. So there is shram, there is tiredness, but this tiredness becomes ecstatic. So in the beginning, sadhana is tiresome, but the same tiredness actually gives rise to the nectar by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas. So in the beginning we feel the shrama, this is like a beginning stages, but eventually it becomes nectar. What looks like bitter like poison becomes nectar. So you can take it like that. So when we go on doing our sadhana and we are purified, we get a taste for it, right? Then it is all nectar. Even that shrama becomes the source of great joy. Right? Yes, Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
How can you have similar faith in the representative of the spiritual master, that by surrendering unto them, by following their instructions, I can achieve the same result that is being taught here?
How can we have faith? Because the scriptures are saying, Lord Chaitanya is saying, all our acharyas are saying, so by Guru, Sadhu and Shastra's words, we have to have the faith. Most important thing is we have to neglect to see the immediate faults. Because distant we don't see the fault. But in immediate context, whom we are interacting with, we see the fault, and therefore we don't have that much faith. Now, no one in ISKCON will see the faults in Prabhupada. Mostly in ISKCON, as we were following, or to speak of acharyas. But we see the faults whom we are living with, naturally, because we are interacting closely with them. Therefore, to have faith, we have to learn to overlook the fault as superficial and see their dedication as real, which will emerge victorious, and the faults will one day go away. Right? So therefore, having the right kind of understanding, we should place our faith that this person is situated rightly in one's dedication. Though may have superficial faults, this and that, it's all superficial, but since the person is situated rightly in the determination, therefore I must follow. Once I asked His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, how can you follow the decision of management when you know it is wrong decision? It is not in the interest. He said, because their intention is good. Because they have taken decision with good intention, so you follow it. And whether they are wrong or you are wrong will be revealed in due course of time. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Oh, Prabhu is raising hand for quite some time.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, you asked this question that Ajamil, without accepting a guru, he attained perfection.
Yes.
So there are many other examples also, like Narad Muni, when he was a Narada boy, he formally didn't accept initiation. He had 4 Bhakti Vedantas he was inspired by, and he also achieved perfection. And many other examples. Like,
no, he took the instructions. Come on, he took their Mahaprasad. He accepted them as his gurus. It's not that formal initiation. Our main line is accepting Guru from the heart. He took their Mahaprasad, he served them. See, what else is needed? He served them. He took their Mahaprasad with their permission and took their instructions in life. That is spiritual master, in spirit.
yes.
Right? So it's not just the formal ceremony, but the spirit behind that is important. So Narada Muni has Bhakti Vedanta as a spiritual master. Right? So he attained all perfection, the highest perfection. Ajamil didn't attain the same kind of perfection as one who had a guru and surrendered to guru will attain.
So what my point was, so you pointed out correctly that our parampara is based on taking
any
shelter.
other case study you have other than Narada boy, you quote it. You're saying there are many other who attain perfection without accepting spiritual master. That only there is one category, uncivilized animalistic people. Without guru, they may attain perfection in terms of liberation, either impersonal or personal liberation, but not personal service, not intimate personal service for sure. They may attain up to there only. So there is up to a level of perfection uncivilized people, unintelligent people can attain without accepting Guru. If there is an exception, you quote.
So what my point was that similarly Ajamila didn't get liberation at that point. He went to Haridwar and he must
did
have
sadhana.
performed sadhana under some
Yes.
guru, and then he
Yes.
attained perfection.
Yes, so Ajamil, it said Ajamil became qualified to go back to Godhead by his Namabhas only, but he was given opportunity to perform sadhana to set a good example for others. The holy name, he actually, even at that point of time, he could have gone. He had been raised to the platform of bhakti by the Namabhas. Namabhas can award that. But to set a good example for others, that one should perform sadhana, and to give him the opportunity, blessed opportunity to perform sadhana. So he received a blessed opportunity to show his sincerity to Krishna. So once, another important point I want to mention, again someone asked Maharaj, we hear in Lord Chaitanya's pastime, he just touched and gave pure love of Godhead. And we are toiling hard over here, right? Not getting it for so many years. So they attained perfection simply, Lord Chaitanya embraced and gave perfection. Either any other, ऐसा कुछ हमारे लिए भी jackpot. Someone can embrace and give all perfection. ऐसा jackpot लग जाए तो इस साधना का श्रम कम हो जाए. We are discussing shram of sadhana. So he said, actually, to sadhana is an opportunity, is a greater opportunity, is a greater blessing. If you directly achieve the Krishna Prema, it's a greater blessing to perform sadhana and achieve. How? Because sadhana is the opportunity to show our sincerity to Krishna. Krishna is pleased, his devotee is very sincere. So therefore, take sadhana as a blessed opportunity to express our sincerity to Krishna, that how much we want to, achieve his mercy, his service, and so on. So see sadhana in that positive light, and be joyful for the opportunity to struggle hard to show our sincerity that we want and we value love for Krishna, like that. Okay, so though qualified, Ajamil got the blessed opportunity to do sadhana, though he could have gone. You got the point? Okay. And to give another example, there is a reference in Bhagavatam that the residents of Vaikuntha want to come down to earth to do sadhana so that they can attain higher level of perfection in spiritual world. So here, by doing sadhana, again he will have a better opportunities of service. So they want to come down, that in the spiritual world, to do sadhana to get a greater level of perfection. Because here, because there is a struggle here. And through struggle, through tapasya, devotional austerities, we can show our sincerity to Krishna and be blessed in that proportion, in a greater proportion. Fine? So therefore sadhana bhakti should be seen as a blessed opportunity to express our sincerity. So, and then it's very positive. In that positive mode we can perform sadhana bhakti. So I would like to end over here because I need to actually leave. But I am very grateful to you all for your association and your enthusiastic participation. जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद, हरे कृष्ण।